I'm in a part two because there's an energy here that I feel like we still need to own in on here, okay? And it feels like partially like an abandonment wound. There's a struggle with being left behind, being disappointed, being rejected here, okay? Possibly even a judgment wound, right? Will you be judged at some point? Supported, okay, collaboration, connections, working together, rebuilding, right? Anytime maybe you had built something in the past, it failed, okay? Here's this Three of Wands. And that's what's keeping you held up, okay, in this cycle of it's a very like emotionally immature. They want you to know that what you dealt with was emotional immaturity in the past. So now, okay, all right, so you have to have listened to part one to understand the next thing I'm going to say. So this person, because this is a love situation, they're here, they're about to come in, okay? Because this is a message for somebody who needs this, okay? You need to understand this part of where you are in your own personal life so that you do not sabotage this basically wish, okay? So you had dealt with people in the past where it was based out of old karma. It was based out of old loops and old patterning surrounding emotional immaturity, surrounding it's almost like provider lack is kind of like what I want to say. There's something like lack here. It's like it was a struggle, right? So this past perception that you have with struggle in relationships is now a subconscious programming, right? That you are carrying into this new situation here, okay? So in the past, it was hard. It emotionally didn't work, right? There was a lot of depth and there was a lot of rejection and there was a lot of pain, right? There was not a lot of cohesiveness. There was not a lot of collaboration. There was a lot of like, you know, this betrayal energy, this trauma energy, right? This stress, this burden, this heaviness, right? And so now it's like you're going to experience somebody that may trigger some of these old wounds, okay? And when these wounds come to the surface, you need to look, right? You need to be able to learn the lessons with this person because you need to have a new perception on what you need to see within yourself and then within this person, because it is going to carve out a major new cycle for you, but you have to allow yourself to move with it, right? You have to carve it out with everything that's flowing, okay? And this also feels really, really resonant for me here, okay? But you need to reflect here. You need to introspect on the mindset, the inner thoughts. It's chaotic, okay? Because you feel that if you move forward, it's going to be a faulty foundation, that it's going to be chaos, okay? So if my viewer has this perception, what is the truth, okay? Right? What is the truth? How can we bring them validity here? How can we bring them peace of mind? Because it's happiness, it's healed, it's happiness, it's the angels bringing in your destiny. Major change. Major. This is a completely new cycle. This is not an old cycle, okay? You closed out major karmic cycles. Now this is God, right? This is the angels coming in saying, this is your happiness, this is your joy. This is ultimate bliss. But you have to heal with emotions. You have to alchemize as you move through this, okay? Because there's going to be a lot of cycles that are going to be illuminated for you to further clear out. It's further clearing, okay? Energetic clearing. And then I got the Ace of Swords as, yeah, that's the truth, okay? This is energetic clearing as you move through the motions, okay? So basically, God is saying, you need to change your perception right now. You need to change your perception on expecting the other shoe to drop, on maybe like something is going to align that's going to trigger a past wound with a past relationship, and you really need to become self-aware. You need to come into that observer self, and you need to say, okay, I'm going to step out of the emotion. I'm going to analyze the situation. Is this person that past person? Because it may have similarities, but these situations are completely different. They are completely different. And there was an energy in part one where 444, as I said that, you already know. You already have this truth, okay? hold the light, see the bigger picture with everything here. Okay, because what's being triggered through however this is approaching with the old patterning and the old people, right, to bring up the past pain and the burden, is for the clearing, is not to show you that this person is alike. It's to say, hey, we are laying the grid work for transformational energy here, for all of your wishes coming true, for major shifts here, okay, for destiny aligning. It's destiny here, okay? Move with grace. Move with grace. Optimize light, inner and outer forgiveness, right? So forgive the past people, forgive the past rejection, forgive, let it go. The patterns in the subtle realms, the singularities, right? All of the old patterns, they're gonna come up. You're gonna have to move through them with grace. There's gonna be a lot of things that are coming up to be wiped clean. But it has to for this. You cannot stay in this energy if you're gonna, you cannot balance that energy if you're in this one. That cannot happen. Secret garden, it's a planting a new seed so you can nourish that, right? So for this new seed that's coming in, right, this new person, right, this ultimate happiness, this angelic destined connection, right, you can't take the old burdens. You can't. But they're going to surface for release, not for stopping you, not for hindering you, not for being a block, for you to work through, for you to move through, for you to grow from, for you to nourish. You know this already, though. They keep telling me that. You know this, okay? Choose your adventure. Lucid dreams, conscious discovery is manifestation. This is a manifestation, okay? This is a conscious manifestation. And they're reminding you here too that as you move through these motions, be conscious of your thoughts, because then that's what you're going to manifest in, right? So again, this is a message for somebody, or for a small, there's a medium-sized group of you here, okay, that you are already feeling the energy and or just, entered something here with somebody, and this energy needs to go. And you need to allow yourself to differentiate. You have to differentiate right now, okay? Use your discernment. You've been blessed with discernment. Use it. Use it right now. So again, if my reclamation guidebook or my interactive activation workbook speaks to you, link in bio. Definitely great investments to change our perception, to rewrite the foundation, right? To bring us back into self-worth, self-love, heart-led embodiment, to heal, to balance, to alchemize, to activate ourselves, and make sure that you don't sabotage this. And remember, slow and steady wins the race. There's nothing that you need to be speeding off with this, okay? Allow it to unfold naturally. Allow yourself to know that speed doesn't mean passion, right? Lack of speed doesn't mean they don't like you, okay? We have to rewrite some of these narratives, right? So if that's resonating here, allow time to play out as it needs to. Loosen your grip a little bit, okay? Surrender that, because this person, they may be a little bit slow, but they're steady. Okay, they're romantic. Okay, they admire you. This person is sweet. They're gentle. They're grounded. They're stable. Okay, this is a beautiful energy. So don't let the past hold you back on this one.